who's next? Who's the next person that's going to take that Pro Bowl All-Pro step? I don't think it's a hard answer. It's Osa Odighizuwa. Remember that name. He about to go crazy. Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's going on with y'all, man? I'm feeling great, man. It's that time of year where you just gotta know what you want to talk about. There's a lot of people out there struggling with content because they just, they're at liberty with the news give them. But I don't know why that's possible. It's always something to talk about with the Cowboys. Players, coaches, scheme, etc. But today I want to highlight one specific player, Osa Odighizuwa, our D tackle we drafted last year. And Osa was a godsend, player that I did not expect to be who he was. Now, when we drafted him, I did my research out of UCLA, learned about the wrestling background, learned that he's built like a brick house, pause. His build reminds me of Aaron Donald. And before anyone says that's sacrilegious to compare, I'm not saying that Osa Odighizuwa is Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is an animal. I'm saying Osa Odighizuwa has a build that's not normal for D tackles. I'm talking about like no body fat, just huge, stocky. And he's looking more ripped up this year. If you go find him, go find his IG. Just look at any clips you can find of him right now. He's been putting in that work, And last year when he came in, all of us were blown away by Micah Parsons. Micah is Micah Parsons. But earlier in the year, like that first 10 to 12 weeks before I think Osa hit that rookie wall towards the end of the year, which is normal for almost everybody. But earlier in the year, he was neck and neck with Micah on pressures. He had like 3 sacks. And what stood out to me was like, not only was he built crazy, his first step was crazy. See, we knew what we had in Micah. We had heard that Micah Parsons had pass rush skills, and we really got a chance to see that when D-Law went down and we didn't know quite what to do with the other edge, and they put Micah at edge, and he started to show out from the Chargers game on. We was like, whoa, we really got something here, especially earlier last year, man. From the Chargers game to the Panthers game, etc., Micah Parsons started to show us just how deadly he can be off that edge, pass rushing, and it coming from other places. But the thing that stood out to me was while Micah was getting busy, we had another rookie, D tackle out of UCLA, that was getting to the quarterback just as much almost earlier in the year. Like, they were meeting at the quarterback. It was crazy. And you start to hear rumbles a little bit about it. But the crazy thing was, earlier in the year, this is only in October, it was like mid to late October. Micah Parsons already had 15 quarterback pressures, multiple sacks. Osa Odighizuwa had multiple sacks and 10 pressures. He was right behind Micah. Micah had 15, he had 10. It was looking at like, what did the Cowboys just draft? Like, the dominance looked crazy coming from 2 young players, So after the year, you start seeing like through week 10, PFF's college rank, they started to pull up like stats of like great D tackles and stuff in the last 10 to 15 years. You got Leonard Williams on here, Christian Barrymore, DeForest Buckner, and Ndamukong Suh, Osa Odighizuwa. Through week 10, he had 24 quarterback pressures. That's amazing numbers, especially since those other guys were highly touted coming out of college. Not quite what Osa was, being a 3rd round pick. No one really saw him coming. I didn't, So, he finished the year with the stats of 38 pressures, 3 sacks, 6 hits, 6 quarterback hits, 29 hurries, 19 stops. That is crazy. A pass rush win rate of 11.8% for a D tackle. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald. I'm not. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying Osa is going to take that step this year. See, he put out something on his IG that really caught my eye. Really caught my eye. And I'll put it up on the screen. Y'all guys can read it. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but he basically was just saying, thanking the Cowboys fans for bringing him in. He said it was his favorite NFL or favorite football season he's ever played. Obviously, 12 wins, great year. I know it didn't end like we wanted it to, but the thing that stood out to me was if you go through the slides of his IG post, he put a post up from Dragon Ball Z. And if y'all familiar with Dragon Ball Z, characters got forms and they keep growing and expanding and getting better, etc. For lack of a better word, that's the best way I'll explain it. And he put up, this isn't even my final form, basically indicating I'm about to go hard this offseason. Y'all watch. I'm about to evolve. And every player I know is supposed to evolve in the offseason. But we all know, if you've been watching football or sports, you know that just don't happen. People get lazy. People feel themselves too much. People have a good year and then don't put the work in the next year. Whatever it may be, everyone doesn't put in the work like they say they're going to. I feel like Osa not only came in and showed us the work ethic and the skill set last year, but through his film, and I'll put some up on the screen, he showed us that he already has a unique skill set. See, that wrestling background that he comes from helps. See, he's not the biggest D tackle. He's not a trash can full of dirt guy. I'm going to just stand up and be heavy. He's athleticism. He's making himself skinny, didn't get big. He's strength. He's leverage. All of those things really help him to grow as a player and be better than most people in his same position that are heavier. I won't say faster, because his first step is nuts. That's one of his biggest assets. He gets off the ball before most offensive linemen get out of their stance. He's great with his hands. I would say, I don't know if I want to call it pliability, but let's just say that he uses his leverage, kind of like Aaron Donald, not to be funny, does to win a lot of pass rush battles. But that first step is crucial. I just feel like with what he showed us last year before he hit that rookie wall, which most rookies do hit, everybody not Micah Parsons. Micah he's different. You can expect him to come in this year and solidify himself as that other D tackle. Now, we're still wondering what's going to go on with Neville, what's going to go on with Tristan Hill, who I think might not make the team. We want to see if Ridgeway, the Vanilla Gorilla, we'll make a video on him too. We want to see who else is going to step up and take that other D tackle position by the reins. I don't know. Maybe it's Chauncey. He said he put on 30 pounds. It's best shape of life season. Chauncey Golston showed some flashes last year, and he wants to be Tyron Crawford 2.0. So maybe he will be the one next to Osa. I got my bets on either Chauncey or Neville. I feel like Ridgeway, the Vanilla Gorilla, is going to be more so a specialty player. When we want our one tech in there, complete run stopping downs. He's going to have to show some pass rush versatility to be a every down type D tackle like Osa will. So we're going to see, man. There's a lot of things going on with the team, but Osa Odighizuwa is the one I'm going to say is going to take that next step, that Pro Bowl, possibly All-Pro step. If you wanted me to put a number on his stats, I think he's going to go from 3 sacks to about 7 or 8. I feel like he's going to have more tackles for loss. I feel like he's going to become a more stout run defender. I feel like he's going to establish himself as one of the cornerstones of this defense. You're going to go Osa and, Micah, Trayvon Diggs. Right now we got Malik Hooker, but I feel like Marquise Bell, another person I need to make a video on. Those are the type of players that are going to be cornerstones of this defense. And when you ask me who's next, it's Osa. But look, man, it's your boy, Mr. Rome. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Is Osa that dude, or is there someone else you think about to make that step, that Pro Bowl, All-Pro step? I'll holla.